guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Supergirl. So yes, this is the episode that was supposed to air last week, but is airing this week. And honestly, from last episode, it didn't seem like we missed much, but there was a lot of story plots that are kind of progressed here. So let's start talking about the episode. With this episode, we get to see, honestly, a lot of villains here. We get to see the possibility of Maxwell Lord being a villain. We have our main villain of the week, which is Nox, and he's a character who's planting bombs around the city. And we find out the reason he does this is to take care of his daughter, and he actually sacrifices his life to do so. And we actually find out that Maxwell Lord is the person that's behind all of this, but we don't really know his motives, exactly why he wants to test Supergirl so much. But that's really what this whole episode's about, is him testing Supergirl and maybe trying to find out who she is. And then how easy or not easy you'll find out that she's Kara. Other plot lines going on is the Lucy and James storyline. We'll see if they get together, and in the end they do, but we find out exactly why they broke up, and honestly had to do with both of them. James was very busy with Superman, and Lucy was kind of tired of that. So now it's Lucy trying to win James back, James being uncertain of it, but in the end they do end up together, and you kind of learn a little bit about Lucy. I think we're going to learn a bit more about her in the next episode, where we actually see her at her job, which I'm really excited about. And then the other story going on in the episode is we learn a little bit about Cat Grant's family life, that her mother is as hardworking as her, and cares about her job as much as her, and she also has a son named Carter who is in love with Supergirl and is kind of a closed shell type person. Who doesn't like opening up until the end of the episode, where he gets to meet Supergirl and he's all happy and he's kind of opening up a bit more. So what did I think about this episode? I thought it was a pretty solid episode, but at the same time, it wasn't as good as last episode, maybe because it was told out of order, and you're like, alright, how much can you progress the plot in this episode if you didn't really see the progression in the last episode? And also last episode we got the realization that Hank Henshaw is not exactly who he's saying that he is, and now we have this episode where Alex and Kara do not know that revelation until the episode after this. So, but we do get to see more Hank Henshaw using his abilities, which is kind of cool. And that makes me curious of who the hell is the villain of this season? Or are there really multiple villains for this season? Because we have Maxwell Lord, who in the comics he's first a hero and then becomes a villain. Then we have Astra, who's a character that is more connected to Kara's Kryptonian life. And then we have Hank, who's this kind of unknown element of exactly if he's a bad guy or if he's a good guy, and how they're playing on the Cyborg Superman stuff, if they are. So I'm really curious to see who the actual villain of this season is going to be. Maybe it's all three of them, honestly, or they're setting up for other seasons. I'm really curious about that. But yeah, overall I thought the villain of the week wasn't as impressive as previous villain of the week, especially since we just got Livewire last week, which was a really great villain of the week. But we do get to see some progression again with Hank Henshaw, with Maxwell Lord. And the thing I really liked about this episode was kind of the fun parts of seeing Kara and as Kara, but having obviously her abilities, like, and kind of playing the secret identity stuff a little bit in this episode. Like, you know, how she has to rush to get Carter, and she's talking on the phone with Kat, and Kat's like, what's going on there? She's like, oh, the window's up, I gotta go, and then her quickly changing. I like those fun parts. Even, you know, Kara breaking the stapler when she's talking to James. Those small moments actually happened a lot throughout the episode, and those are kind of my favorite secret identity moments, where you get to see Kara, not Supergirl, use her abilities. Another nice touch was when Kara does go unconscious, we get to see them use the solar lights to try to regain her powers. I was actually curious to see when they would mention kind of the source of her powers, which is the sun, and if they're going to play on that even more as the series goes on. So that was the fun part of the episode, was Kara and kind of the antics with Kara. So honestly, the stronger part of the episode was Kara's section of the episode, less than Supergirl's section. But still, like I said, it's a very solid episode, but compared to last week, I thought it was the better Villain of the Week episode. And then next week, it looks really good with Red Tornado. Still don't like the design. Hopefully, it'll work better in the episode. But I'm curious to see why Kara's so angry. I'm really curious about that, because from before this, or at least up to this point, Kara's always just kind of like happy-go-lucky hero. So what's going to make her so pissed off throughout the whole episode? I'm really curious about that. And I always like to see the good hero and see why they would get so angry and see where that direction goes. And again, hopefully Red Tornado would be a good Villain of the Week, or maybe more than that. And I think it'll be cool to learn even more about Lucy, because I thought Lucy was also a really good part of this episode, because we got to learn a little bit more about her and her personality, and that Kara it's really hard for her not to like Lucy, because Lucy's trying to open up and be this kind of friend to Kara, because she sees that Kara's in James' life. So it's kind of cool to see Lucy trying to be friends with Kara, even though there's this kind of love triangle going between all of them. And I feel like that's rare to see in a love triangle. So if they do a love triangle, I don't know. I wouldn't want to see a love triangle, but that's kind of what they're going for. But I think also Kara in this episode realizes, I don't really need to find love right now. I need to kind of figure out other stuff in my life, and then I can find love. So I think that's the point of view Kara's at from this episode. But like I said, pretty solid episode, but not the best out of the group that we've seen from Supergirl. But hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, I'll have another review for Supergirl next week. And this is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links for my comic book, like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of like Father Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.